Well, here's the startup of the next design to mount the power drawbar. And let me climb up in the ladder here. As you can see, I've got a piece of cardboard in there, and I've come up with a kind of a cardboard layout of a plate that I'm going to make, and the plate will sit underneath the power drawbar. So it's basically going to replace this ring that I built earlier that was tightening down on here, and now it's going to free float. So it'll be sitting here, a new plate, which this is the cardboard, and just kind of a mock-up. I put a couple of 1-inch pieces of aluminum here, and those are going to be the stanchions to hold the plate up, and there's good area here to bolt to the top of the casting, and I've got good clearance to the motor in the back. The motor's pulled all the way forward, and you can see that the back gear lever is thrown into the farthest position, so I have lots of space there. So I think this design is going to work. And then the same thing over here, we'll have the two stanchions for it to sit on, and do it all on a bolt basis. And then the drawbar, of course, will bolt to this new plate, which the cardboard is showing. So that's the first template. I'm going to go on to the next template. That'll be a much cleaner and close to a pattern to copy. So I'll bring you guys back. Okay, I just wanted to show you the next step in a template. So what I've done is I've cut a piece of wood, and I've cut it to the width of the top, which is 9 3/4, and I cut a 9 3/4 square just to make it simple for layout. There's the original cardboard layout, and so what now I have is the 5-inch circle for the drawbar, and then I've laid out some radiuses for the plate itself. Hope you can see that. So next is go ahead and cut this template out of the wood, and then go ahead and fit it, and then probably end up might even use a router to make the final piece. Just trace it use it as a trace piece on the router, or just use it as a template. But be back to you. And here's a big compass I made a long time ago that helped me with finding the big radius. Okay, be back with you shortly. Well, the wood template's made, so we will go fit it up on the mill and get the camera up there shortly. Okay, it's a combination of a little bandsaw, little sander, little hole sander. The veneer blew off here on the back as it drilled through. But looks good, and we'll see what it looks like up on the mill. Okay, bring you back, decision time. Fat legs or skinny legs? I think I'm liking the skinny legs. My original thought was the fat legs for some beef, but scale wise I just don't think they look that good. Anyway, the wood template I think is it's going to look good, although you'll never see it from up here, and I think it'll add more than enough strength to hold the wrench without putting a front support on it. We will find out though. So anyway, I think the skinny legs are going to work out, and I've got room right here in the casting, staying away from there's a pulley right there, staying away from that pulley. I can get that, and no problem back here on the back one. And right now the back gear lever is pushed all the way back, so there's no interference with that, and the motor is pulled all the way forward, so there's no interference with pulling the motor forward to change belts. I think it's going to move on to some Mooney Moolah. And for all you old guys that used to watch Rough and Ready, cartoons, you know that Muni Mula is aluminum spelt backwards. Rough and Ready used to go to the planet of Muni Mula. Okay, I'll be back. Here's another update. So I'm happy with the wood template. I found a piece of plate. So I've just laid out the template on the plate here. And then what I'm going to do is double stick tape the wood template down to the plate. And then I'm going to set it up in the mill, drill and tap the 3 attachment holes, and go ahead and pop the center out. Then after that is completed, that way I got 2 square sides to hold it in the vise. Then after that, take it over the bandsaw, clean up as tight to the pattern, and then finish it on the router, so that I end up with the template. Then the next will be locating the mounting holes onto the mill. Okay, so bring you back soon. Hey guys. So here I'm just making a second pattern of the one that I already made. So I'm doing it here on the router. It's got a bearing on top, and it'll follow the pattern that I've created. So I'm just going to run this through. Got a duplicate. It's just held together with double stick tape, so just break it apart and I'll have a duplicate now. Okay, be back with you. I'm going to end up doing the same thing out of aluminum. Okay, what I've done now with the second template is I've gone ahead and sectioned a piece out of it, and then I've made little blocks so that I can, when I set it up on the top of the mill, this will be sitting down on top of the cam ring for reference, and this will be sitting on top of the mill, and then I can start working on transferring holes. So I just cut some blocks and tacked it together there. Okay, we'll see how it works. Be back with you. Okay, well, I just saw that I did a great job of keeping the part out of the camera frame, but as you can see, I've cut off the other piece and I've got the blocks in there. So now I have transferred this piece up here down on top of the mill, and now I can lay out the holes. And the drawbar sitting in place, I had to extend the drawbar again now, some more. So that'll be another build, but we'll deal with that later. Right now it's just getting it mounted. And Randy Roberts, I think it's Roberts, I have to look again, I may have to put his name on there. We've been changing emails, and we were talking about his setup, and he made the comment that he held his up so that he could actually still get a wrench in on the drawbar. And I think that's a good idea. So I just got a little spacer in here. I was sitting on my bench out of rubber to hold the template somewhere in close where it's supposed to be. And then over here, I'm trying to locate where I'm going to put the holes through the top of the mill. And so I just kind of using a compass there to locate. There's only so much space between the pulley and the actual side of the case here in this location. In the back location, there's actually quite a bit of space. So I'm going to go ahead, mark out where I want these holes. Then I'm going to go ahead and drill the holes through both templates, and then center punch the top of the mill, or transfer punch I should say. And then I'm going to drill first with just a, not going to go clearance drill. I'm going to look at tapping the top of this mill case and actually bolt down into it, rather than having through bolts come up from the bottom. that idea came from another buddy, and I have to thank him for that. So it's moving on closer. Down here I do have the piece of plate and half-inch plate, and that's what the final part will be made out of. I'll just take the wood template and attach it to the wood plate and use the router to size it to fit. So we'll be back with you shortly here. Hang in there. And I think that was a repeat what I said about that plate. It's a couple days later. Life's been a little bit busy, so I haven't really had a chance to work on this. So it's 6 o'clock tonight. Just got home from going out to dinner with the wife, and see what we can get done right now. All right, we'll be back. So I just mentioned that I'm going to have to raise my drawbar, and this was the extension that I put on the drawbar right there. And what I did is I had welded a half-inch nut on top of the original drawbar. Well, in the end result here, being that I'm lifting the whole power drawbar up in the air, having that nut on there allowed me to put a half-inch set screw in it and then put another nut on, so that way I could center up the drawbar right now for layout purposes. So that made it good. Otherwise, without that there, the socket in the drawbar wouldn't reach the drawbar. The socket in the power drawbar would not reach the drawbar. Okay, so thought I'd just show you that. Actually got a different design that I'm going to do and build a two-piece drawbar, and we'll be going over that after. All right, be back with you. Well, I had choices on how to drill my my holes here, and since the rotary table was still here with the pallet on top, it looked like the simplest and quickest way to set this up to drill it. Otherwise I would have had to change out my vice jaws in the curt. So this looked like the easiest way, and so what I did is, as you can see here, we finish out at 10, and then we go over to the other side. And we finish out at around 10. So, and then she's going back down. So with that set up, the rotary table, I kind of just squared up the rotary table plate in the back here, did a couple of quick measurements, and then just used the rotary table. So now it's parallel to the table, using some planer gauges as blocks just to hold, just because it was a quick setup. There's not really a lot of pressure here, and then the stack blocks on the back side. So ready to actually go ahead and drill the four holes in here. Okay, and I'll bring you back. Well, okay guys, you'll enjoy this. Some smart guy added a hammer rack on the side of this tooling cabinet, and of course the hand wheel was hitting the tool rack. So okay, that's simple to do. Take the handle off for right now. But my great idea didn't work. I ran out of travel on the table, and so I can't get all the way over to my first mark. So rather than break down my setup here, I'm just going to go ahead and rotate the head of the mill and extend the ram and slide the table back over, and I should be able to drill my holes. So smart guy's trying to beat the dumb guy here. We'll see what happens. All right, I'll bring you back after I get it set up. I did add a couple of more clamps, toe clamps, on the bottom, on the back side here. I figured safe is better than sorry. Just didn't want it to bite and jump around. Okay, so I'll get it set up and we'll try again here. Okay, ready to drill some holes. I've done some layout here. One thing I do is I put a rag on top of my rotary table handle so I don't go and touch that and mess that up. And so basically coming in a 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch in this corner, got the DRO set to 0, 0 there, and it's going to be a 3 1/4 inch move to the front and an 8 3/4 inch move over to the other side. So let's drill some holes and see what happens. I think you can see it. I ended up putting a parallel back here, adjustable parallel to support the back corner when I drill. So we'll go ahead and give it some hell here. And I don't know what's up with my camera, but zoom doesn't want to work. So sorry guys, but I'm not gonna be able to zoom you in. Now we'll drill it from there. Here we go. Well, we're not going to put that in there. So we're going to go 3,250. Okay, I'll get it out of there and we'll put it up on top of the mill and see how it looks. Here's just a quick view of the whole layout before I take it out of there. But it's nice as it transferred it down to the bottom there. So that way it'll set up on the mill, and we'll check it up there. I'll be taking it apart now. Well, there's another quick view. I've got it installed and clamped down, and I'm just going to end up using it as a drill guide since I got a top and bottom. Should keep me nice and straight. I've got the square sides parallel with the side of the mill, and I've made sure that the power drawbar is sitting down on the drawbar itself. So ready to poke some holes, see how she works out. Well, I got 2 holes drilled and just thought I'd show you. This is basically the setup I'm doing, and then I put a rag up in there to control the chips from going back into the pulley mechanism. Okay, I'll be drilling and be back. First 2 holes on the on the DRO side there, went well. So don't see a real problem. Okay, got the holes all drilled and tapped. Just used the cordless with the tap in it and a tapping block, and it turned out nice. And I think there's more than enough meat there in the cover to anchor the bolts. So now I got to just build the plate. That'll be the next thing to do, and a drawbar, but we'll get to that also. All right, that's it for right now.